So about 2 months ago, I just hit level 15, and as you can see here, I'm level 17 now. So in the space of about 2 months, I leveled up twice, and I'm not the greatest PvP or player of SkyWars, but I think I have a few tips to share on how you can level up pretty fast as well. And again, I'm not the best, and this isn't a full in-depth tutorial on how to level up. I'll probably be doing one of those in the future, and so yeah, if you do find this video helpful, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. The more of those I get, the more motivated I am to actually do an in-depth video on how to get better at SkyWars and tips to level up. This is sort of just my experience of the last 2 months, but yeah, let's get into this. So the first tip I have is to play the game. Now, I know, this is what everyone says, play the game, and I mean, it's it's the right advice, and honestly the only advice as far as broadly speaking goes. Like, you're not going to get better unless you play, but I mean, I can go into a little bit more detail in the way that, you know, when I say play the game, I mean like really play it. Don't just sit at your island all game or mine diamonds every single time to get the best loot. Go to mid, get in fights, really play the game, and over time you'll get better. Try different strategies and everything. I mean, that's how I got good. I'm not the greatest at learning PvP. I was horrible until like this year, and so I was playing an entire year being horrible at the game, but I found just playing it, you'll enjoy it way more. And then to sort of expand on that even more, when you're playing the game, make sure you're enjoying yourself, because I mean, it's not going to help you if you're just raging every time you die or being toxic and all that. That's really not going to help you out. So I found that, putting on some music or a good podcast or something is a really great way to just, sit down, play maybe an hour or two, get some wins. And yeah, just playing the game like that, it'll help you out a whole lot. So yeah, that's sort of the first tip. And again, something that you could take this even further of just playing the game, find someone else to play with, because playing teams can be a lot more fun than just playing solo. And if you find a decent teammate who's just as dedicated as you are, you can start developing your own strategies that you can use to really become good at the game. Now before I go into the next tip, I do need to sort of focus on this fight a little bit because my commentary skills aren't great. I'm sort of surprised on how well I'm doing already. But this guy's got diamond armor, and I don't want to die, because then I'll look bad. But I mean, yeah, I reckon I can kill this guy. I accidentally took a rod instead of my eggs at the beginning of the game, so I have to use a rod, which I don't really mind. I'm okay at a rod, but I definitely prefer the egg spam. Which, I mean, this'll lead actually quite nicely onto the next tip, which yeah, okay, this guy is really pushing my buttons. Yeah, the next tip is just get good at projectiles. Yeah, no, I couldn't win that fight. He just did far too much stuff. And he's being toxic as well. Yeah, don't be like this guy. Don't do it, please. So, like I said, the second tip that I have for you guys today is to use projectiles. Try and get good at them. Now, there's no one way to use projectiles or get good at them. And honestly, I had no one to teach me. I just sort of had to experiment, and that's what I encourage everyone to do, is to use Farmer Kit or just get the projectiles out of any chest on your island and put them in a hotkey that you can easily switch to. So I know a lot of people use their second hotkey. I put mine in the fourth slot. That's just what I like. And then just throw a couple before you get into each fight. Now, it doesn't matter if you hit it or not. Just get used to that motion of switching and throwing. And it doesn't matter if you use them throughout the fight or not. Just do it before you go in, just to try and knock them back so you can get the first hit. It really doesn't matter if you're missing them all. It's just, like I said, getting used to it. It'll help you out a ton, and over time you'll get better. And I'm still not great at projectiles. I mean, it's definitely something that I need to get better at, but as you can see, they're really useful, so get used to projectiles. So yeah, to continue expanding on the using projectiles, you don't have to use the farmer kit. I recommend it as an easy way to get used to projectiles because you get 64, you can just spam them. It doesn't matter if you hit them or not. You've got a stack of eggs. There's a lot to go around. But getting used to a rod is also very important because if you want to get into ranked SkyWars or insane mode, a rod is pretty essential. And I mean, I can show you guys I can use a rod. It's just I find eggs are a lot easier, which is why I recommend people to use eggs or snowballs to start off with. And you can use the farmer kit like I am, or you can use just any snowballs or eggs you find at mid chest or in your starting island chests. So yeah, just get used to using projectiles. It'll help you out a lot. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get on to the third tip, which is play Lab SkyWars. Now, this is a weird one, and no one will really tell you to do this other than me. I'm a little bit of a weirdo because I play a lot of Lab SkyWars. So the way that Lab SkyWars works, there's a rotation. I think it's every 2 weeks. There's 4 Lab SkyWars modes. There's Lucky Block SkyWars, Rush, TNT Madness, and Slime X. Now, I love Lucky Blocks for beginners because there's no kits, there's no perks. You just open Lucky Blocks and you get random items. And honestly, it's a great way to introduce someone to SkyWars because it's fun and you have that SkyWars environment of opening chests and going to mid, but it's not as hard and as sweaty as the regular normal and insane modes. And so I know what you might be thinking, it's Lucky Block, you're not getting the projectile experience and you're not getting any sort of real SkyWars experience that comes from normal and insane mode. But I still think it does have some important things you can learn from. Like, you still have to loot chests, you still have to go to mid eventually, and you'll still get into fights with PvP even if the gear is slightly broken in Lucky Block. I still think it's a great way to get into the game, and that's how I started getting into SkyWars is through Lucky Block, and because I just loved the idea of Lucky Block. And of course, Lucky Block is not the only lab mode. I still think it's the easiest and the most fun to get started with as you're getting into SkyWars. But the other lab mode which I'd recommend playing is Slime X. Now, it's in the other rotation, so you can't play Slime X and Lucky Block in the same rotation because I don't want to get too into detail, but at any given time you'll be able to play Lucky Block or Slime X. The other two lab modes, TNT and Rush, not many people play those, so it's harder to get into games, and it's a little bit sweatier as well. But in Slime X, it's not as easy as Lucky Block, and I will say that, but once you get the strategy down, it's a really easy game to get wins in, and this is where my getting 2 levels in 2 months and continuing to level up once a month, hopefully, is from playing Slime X. Now this is a bit of a flex here, but I'm one of the best Slime X players. I can beat most of the leaderboard players. I have came across them in games and beaten them. And so I figured out the right strategy, and I'll probably make videos on it in the future, but if you play it for a while, you'll find that Slime X is a pretty easy game to win, and winning games is how you get a lot of XP. So that's how I sort of got a lot of XP and leveled up so quick. From playing Lab Mode and Slime X, I did get on the weekly leaderboards for Slime X at one point. I think I won 100 Slime X games in the space of about 2 days or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was a while ago at this point. But yeah, I really think that playing Lab is really underrated. Not many people do it anymore. And some of the lab modes are kind of dead, but it's a fun thing to do, and you can get some real SkyWars XP from it and just experience, and as you get better at the game, I think Slime X is great. And also there's the SkyWars quests that you can do while doing Slime X. There's like the Insane Block Challenge if you're into that, getting achievements and stuff, and there's like the weekly quest for SkyWars where you have to win 10 lab games. So it's not as if you're not getting anything out of it. It's not just a fun thing to play because normal or insane is too sweaty. I still think it's a real important thing to get good at. So yeah, this is a bit of a sweaty fight. Not gonna lie, this guy really does not want to leave me alone. And he's got a diamond chestplate, of course. You know what? This seems to be a trend this video. I'm not gonna win this, and I'll be real with you. I don't win every game. I'm not the greatest PvPer, like I said. Um, and that's okay. You know, you don't need to be the greatest to win SkyWars and get XP. You just need to play the game. And I don't really care if I lose this fight. I don't really care about my stats that much, but, you know, I tried my best, and, you know, you should as well. Bit of inspirational talk for you. Now, my fourth and fifth tips, which are my final tips, are sort of going to be strung together. Now, they are play different game modes and watch pro YouTubers or pro players on YouTube. So as you can see, I'm playing Insane Mode now, and if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know I basically never play Insane Mode. I started off on Insane Mode, but then I went to Normal Mode, and now I'm getting back into Insane Mode, and the reason why is because I watched pro players. So the person I started watching was Solike. He's a previous leaderboard player, and he's got so much experience. He's a 74 star, which is crazy. And you know, you just watch his content for a while, watch his gameplay, really analyze it, and watch what he does, and then apply it to your games, and you can get so much experience from that. And now I'm getting back into Insane Mode, and you know, I'm getting a lot more wins in it because I've found that, hey, Insane Mode is not that bad. Like, it's fun, and I'm okay at it, unless this happens. Yeah, I still have a little while to go until I'm good at Insane Mode. I literally only started playing it today, like the day I'm recording this, so it's still a little new to me. I haven't played Insane Mode in ages, but as you can see, I just won that fight pretty easily, and honestly, try out normal and insane mode, see which one you like better, and you know, but play a little bit of both. It can definitely be really helpful. Now, that is all the tips I have for this video, but there is one more thing I want to talk about, and that it really doesn't matter how fast you level up. I mean, it's not a big deal if you're taking 4 months to level up, or if you're leveling up 1 month. It doesn't really matter. Now, I'm leveling up about once a month at the moment because I have more time to play, and that's just me at the moment. Usually I wouldn't be playing this much, but I'm in lockdown, so I've been putting in more hours and really getting better at the game. But obviously, not everyone has time to do that, and not everyone is a god at the game. Like, you're not going to be leveling up at the same rate as a leaderboard grinder. Like, I know Disco Zomboss, which is the 10th person to ever reach level 100 in SkyWars. He just hit that the other day. He leveled up like 3-4 times in a week. And that's crazy. No one can expect you to level up that fast. Like, level up at your own rate, play as much as you're comfortable with. Don't stress yourself out about it, because your level is not the biggest deal. You should really be focusing more on how good you are at the game, how good your PvP is, all that sort of stuff, because as that gets better, you will get better, and you will level up faster. It's really just a matter of time. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for this video. I really hope you guys got something out of this. This has been a video I've looked forward to making this because it's a lot to get out of my head. I've sort of been holding this information back for the big SkyWars tutorial series I sort of mentioned at the start of the video. But the thing about that series is that, you know, I want to make sure I do that well. This is sort of a more casual video covering just a few points from the last few months, and yeah, if you did find something good from this, leave a comment, you know, subscribe, all that stuff, and yeah, let me know if you want that large tutorial, which might take a bit of time, but let me know because it really encourages me to make it. Now, that is all I have for this video. Sorry, no good editing cut or anything there. That was sort of a messy end to the game. I was really not good enough to fight that guy, but that's okay. Like I said, you know, play however you feel is good for you. Don't stress. Don't stress. Don't get mad at the game. I get mad at the game sometimes, but you know, try not to, because 9 out of 10 times I perform better when I'm sort of happy and enjoying myself. I was enjoying myself while recording this video. Usually I might get angry at that, but I'm fine, you know. I don't know, I'm sort of just rambling at this point. If you're still watching, you're amazing. And yeah, that's all I have. Subscribe, leave a like, all that stuff, leave a comment. I sort of already said that. But yeah, that's all for this video. See you guys later.